The following program is suitable for family viewing. Well, non-family members can join in too.
Hi there, I'm Chef Dish, and today I'm going to be making spaghetti with roast vegetables. It's really something that I love making because of the simplicity of it, and also because it's kind of like making jollof spaghetti in a way. Yeah, it's hot and spicy, which we like to eat. And it's really fragrant because of the garlic, the ginger, and of course there's chicken. Who doesn't love some nice chicken? We're gonna take a short break. Join me in a little bit. Welcome back. So now we're going to start with all the ingredients. So I've got my chicken. There's really no preference with the chicken breast. If you have chicken breast on the bone, if you have it boneless, if you have it with the skin, really it doesn't matter. But if you're really particular about, say, the fat in the chicken breast, then you can have a breast without the fat, and that's perfectly okay. For me, well, I like healthy and nutritious, but also hearty dishes. So I'm leaving the skin on. It's entirely up to you. So we're going to start with the chicken. And you can get this from the butcher, or you can get it from your local store, or you can get it online, whichever one. What I'm going to do is, I have the whole chicken breast, and it's up to you how you want it. I like to sort of go in between to sort of thin out the chicken a little bit. And then that way it will cook a little bit more evenly. So I like to cut it in between and then put it into chunks, or you can leave it whole. Sometimes you get these little white slivers, so you just want to get in as close as possible and then just cut it out a little bit. I generally don't like it because it just doesn't look very nice. And then when you cook it like that, it just has this bite, and you don't really want that sort of bite. And especially for kids, you don't want to have a bite. You just want them to be able to eat it, and then it goes down. Okay, so I'll put that one away and then get the other one. So, I mean, as a home cook, I understand flavor and quick, easy recipes, which this is. So you just want something quick and simple. So don't get too panicked about it, really. So again, I'm going to do the same thing with this. Cut this into chunks. Oh, by the way, I also have my water on the pan already in the pot, so that I can then put in my spaghetti to start cooking. So let's get as much chicken off as possible. Another way you could do this, which is also really good, because this is on the bone, and everybody knows that when meat is on the bone, it's like the best thing. All the flavor and the juice and everything from the bone just gets into the meat, and it just makes it juicy, and oh yeah, I'm already getting hungry. You can basically put this in a roasting dish of any kind. So the next thing, I'll put this away. So we're going to move on to our vegetables now. So for our veggies, again, because of our climate and where we are, you can use whatever is in season. So seasonal vegetables, like right now, these are beautiful, nice, juicy red peppers. They're in right now. So use what is in and what is available. Don't try and use something that's not available and then it becomes too expensive, meaning that your budget for a family meal will then be a lot more. You don't want that. You want to use what is available. So try and get as many fresh vegetables, carrots, aubergine, anything that's available. Onions are always in, so that's easy breezy. I'm going for purple onions. I like purple onions because I think it has a bit more flavor to it. But you can use the white ones as well. That's also fine. But purple is widely available. So what I'm doing with the onion is I'm just slashing through the onion very simply. And then I'm going to do a cross cut on it. So I'm getting small. And again, it's not a chef thing. It's entirely how you want your onion to be. If you like a bit of crunch, you want to see like the beauty of the onion, you can have it just as a quarter, just like that is fine. But this for me is just easier, and it's how I usually cut my onions. Yeah. Go to our red peppers. You can go for green as well. We do have a good selection of those small local green peppers. So you want to use that if you find that. So Supermart gave us these beautiful, beautiful red bell peppers. I can't even believe how beautiful they are. Yeah, I obsess over vegetables too. Again, use what's in season. And because Supermart is online, it's something that you can actually check pretty easily on your phone. So it's really a no-brainer. You don't even have to go anywhere. Just simply check on your phone and you know what's available. So I'm using red peppers because I was given red peppers, and I'm very thankful for my red peppers because it's going to add a lot of color to this. Because the spaghetti is nice and red, and then you want the nice orange from the carrots. I believe in eating with your eyes first. There's nothing like eating with your eyes. Like if the food just doesn't look colorful and rich and, juicy looking, then yeah, I'm not usually interested. So this is already very exciting for me. I hope it is for you too. So again, it's just a little dice of this. You can also just cut it long. So go right across, keep it long. You can just do it that way as well. So you get these little shapes. Yeah, so either one is really perfectly acceptable. Again, remember, I'm sticking to the flavor and the colors and what the food is going to do for you as opposed to the style of how I'm cutting it. Okay? With our carrots trimmed simply and peeled as well. For the carrots, because they're long, I want to go with sort of the shape of the carrot, so I don't want to chop it down like that. So I'm just simply going to cut it in half and keep it in nice long strips, because I think that's the beauty of the carrots. Okay? You can just trim off anything else that you don't need. So do the same with that. And remember, always keep your fingers and nails, everything away so that you don't get a little, chuck on your finger. So we've got this beautiful, I know, it looks petrifying, but I promise you, it's actually really nice. So it's sort of like the way I like to treat the aubergine like I would treat mushrooms. They will take on anything. So if you made this in a pot of goat pepper soup, it would take on the flavor of the pepper soup. If you put it in, I don't know, something hot and spicy, it would take on that. It would take on whatever. And it's really great. I love it. And then also because it's such a deceiving, piece of vegetable. So it looks really firm on the outside, but then you cut it in and then you just, you have this beautiful, it's very earthy as well. And it's a good vegetable to throw in, especially for the kids. Kids these days, I don't think, get enough vegetables in their diet. So this is a good way to throw in some vegetables in their food without them even realizing. Okay, so these are done. I've got all my vegetables laid out. Aubergine, onions, my bell peppers, and my carrots. So we're good to go. So my water is boiled. I can now take my spaghetti and throw that in. So again, like for your spaghetti, I'm just using normal spaghetti that, they sell everywhere. Again, Supermart has it widely available on their website. You can go for whole wheat or something, more rich and healthy if you may. But these are the ones that I'm going for. So I'm just going to put in a pinch of salt into it as well, because I like to have my spaghetti salted. And then make sure when your spaghetti is boiled, you keep your pasta water, because I'll be doing some nice things with the pasta water. Quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. So now we're going in with the chicken. So remember, chicken is cut into nice chunks. And I left my skin on, and you can remove it if you want to. So I'm just going to transfer it into the bowl next to me and move this one away. So for the chicken, it's pretty simple. Salt, black pepper goes in, a little bit of everything. I like to use black pepper that I can sort of do this with, because I like the smell, I like how it sounds. Yeah, that's the chef thing. Okay, so black pepper, salt, and now you just want to get your fingers in and, mush everything up together and keep that aside. Okay, so wash my hands quickly, and then we'll get into making the sauce. And for the sauce, I'm going to start very simply with some olive oil, some garlic, which I will just mince, and then I'm going to add in the chicken and everything, okay? All right, and then before that, of course, I'll check my spaghetti, which should be boiled by now. If you just simply follow the pack instructions, usually says about 8 minutes to boil your spaghetti. And you'll know when it's ready when you taste it. So I will taste a little one to see. Yeah, now it's ready. I like mine with a little bite to it, especially as it's going to go back into a sauce. You don't want to now make this too soft and then it goes into a sauce and then becomes like just one big pile of sludge. You want it to be a bit crunchy, or al dente as it's called, which is to the teeth, meaning that when you bite it, you still have a bite to the spaghetti. Okay, so just put that here. And I have this little nice cast iron pan, which I'm going to use to toast the vegetables. So you just want to have it really hot. This is really nice because it sort of absorbs all the heat, and then it makes the pan really, really hot. So be careful if you have one at home and it's been in a cupboard hiding and you weren't sure how to use it, bring it out now, because it's a great pan to have. And I'm going to move this one over so I can also have my tomato sauce going. I like to use olive oil. You can use vegetable oil, it's perfectly acceptable. Just want a little oil in it to get everything going. So for the recipe, I decided to use fresh tomatoes because I like the pulp and the freshness of the tomato as opposed to using the canned tomatoes. So I can see this is nice and hot. So I'm going to get my vegetables in. So you just want to place that in no particular order and just toast that a little bit. So I'm going to grab my blended tomatoes. So in here I've got tomato, onions, and some hot peppers. That's pretty much it. It's really very simple. I know you're probably thinking, okay, is there a trick? There's no trick, I promise you. So as you can hear, it's already nice and sizzling. I love it when it makes that sound, when the oil is, I think it's just one of those things that gives me life and makes me very excited to be a chef. It's those little things here and there, those noises. Okay, so back to my vegetables, and they are now all ready to be put on the plate. Okay, I'll just get a spoon to make this quicker. All right, so that's all nice browned, toasted, which is what I like. We're gonna do the same with the carrots. So grab some carrots and just put them in, okay? For the carrots, because they are a bit firmer, I'm going to put a little oil in it to just encourage it to cook a little bit more. When you have something that's brown like that, people usually go, oh, it's burnt. No, it's not burnt. It's just called an extra layer of flavor on top of a beautiful vegetable. That's what it is. So toss this around. And then I'm going to move it off. I get another spoon. I'll not use the same spoon. Okay, so to my plate, I will add in the carrots, just on the side, like that. Okay. So you can see some are nice and brown. They don't all have to have that brownness. Some have it, it's great. Yeah, we're not looking for perfection, we're just looking for some added flavor to it. So here we go, and then that little one. Okay, so now we're going on to the red bell peppers and the onions. So with that, I'll just take these out. So with that, you just want to do the same thing, repeat the same process, and put it into the pan, let it cook a little bit. Okay, so the onions and our bell peppers in. Okay. Toss everything in. Don't fuss too much. Just let it, get brown, and then you can now start putting your fingers in. Okay, so I'll move the things that I don't need away. Let's get that away. Okay, so vegetables. If you can get a shot of this, that would be great, so everybody can see. So we've got our nice browned toasted carrots. So this is almost getting there. I'll add a little oil again just to encourage some more brownness. Just a little, not too much, because remember there was already oil in that, so you don't want an oily, oily dish that's going to be really heavy, and you don't want that. So the spaghetti is going in next. So we're going to just simply put our spaghetti into this. I haven't forgotten the chicken. The chicken is there, but the chicken doesn't take that long to do. That's why I haven't incorporated into the dish yet. So reserve some of your sauce, because you don't want to put all the spaghetti into it and then you figure, oh, it's way too much. So you just want to take out some of your sauce and put that there. Okay. So you take out some of your sauce and then you put the spaghetti into it. I just do that because I don't want it to be drenched in too much sauce. Okay, simply with your hands, just get that in, okay? So you want to get that much into it. And spoon in a couple in, okay? And move around like that. Love spaghetti. Oh, go-to dish. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. Okay, so it's looking good. And then remember to check your seasoning and things like that. I didn't put a lot, so I can afford to put a little bit more black pepper. So I'm putting some more black pepper. Okay. Check my vegetables, almost done. And you can see, like, when we put it in, it was a lot fuller and it was a lot bigger. That's because, like, the onions have softened. They are now becoming a little bit translucent, so they're not as purple as they were before, which is a good thing. All the onion flavor is sort of marrying with the bell peppers, which is why, like, when it loses its color, it's sort of marrying and blending in with the bell peppers, which I like. Okay, so just dust that off. Right, okay, so it's almost time to assemble. Actually, we've almost finished the dish. So just get these away and put that on the side. Okay, it's almost done. And please, if you have one of these really hot pans, don't try not to touch it. Try to have a dishcloth or something so you can touch it. Otherwise, you just scald yourself. Okay, so put that one away. I'll just try and move these ones off a little bit into the pan. So the pan's really hot, so I'm going to actually switch it off because I don't need that much heat on it because it's already absorbed so much heat. Oil goes into the chicken. Rub it again together. I'm going to add a little bit more salt to it. And I like to add a little bit of bay leaf. So just shred it in to it and mix it all up together. Okay, so, and now we're just gonna place that in. Again, you have that nice sizzle. So this is just gonna cook down and get nice and brown. Great, okay, so pop this away. Wash my hands. And we're almost set to plate. I'm just gonna grab my plates. Okay, so that's my plate for when the dish is ready. So the chicken is cooking nicely. Remember, I took it off just because it gets so hot and I don't want it to... Chicken breast has a tendency to sort of get dried out. And you don't want it to get dried out because chicken breast that's dry is just not very, very nice. So I'm going to light it again now because it's sort of gone down now. It's not as hot as it was before. Okay, so it will soon be cooked. Chicken breast usually takes a couple of minutes to cook. I like chicken breast because it's easier, it's quicker, as opposed to using like a chicken thigh that will take much longer to cook. Okay. So just move that down a little bit. You can hear it's nice and brown. To get it brown. Okay, so we're back, and now it's time to assemble. But, quick one, I did say assemble, but before we assemble, just quickly, remember what I said about the pasta water? So you've got my pasta water here. You just want to take in a little spoon of it and just put it over. I do that, one, to loosen, and at the same time to also just add in a little bit more starch that came out of the spaghetti into it so that it doesn't get too dry, but it also has a little thickness to it, so it's not just a, you know, like spaghetti just in a sauce sort of thing. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but yeah, that's pretty much why I do that. Okay, so that's all done now. So now we're going to plate it. So just move your water away and bring your pasta here. So the chicken too is actually also cooked. I'm just gonna grab a spoon to check. Let's give that a clean quickly. Okay, so as you can see, the chicken, it's got some brown bits on it. It's nice and toasted, which is great. And then you've got a little water from the chicken coming out, which is like the basis of how you make a stock. So that is looking good and nice. Okay, so a spoon. You just want to plate it. I'm getting everything on the plate already. Messy, messy. Okay. So again, let's just recap. So it's just a tomato-based pasta. Very simple. Like you would do your jollof rice, it's exactly that way. Blended tomatoes with onions. I didn't put the garlic. I put the garlic into the blended tomatoes when I had started cooking it. And again, it's up to you how you want to do that, okay? And then you just let it cook down, but you don't fry. That's the difference. Don't fry. There's no emphasis on the frying. Like, you don't have to have like a pan with hot oil in it. You just let it cook gently. To sort of go with it on the side like that. Present a little pretty. And your aubergine, just tuck it in to your chicken. I know, it didn't look like much before. That's what you're thinking, because I'm thinking the same thing, like, ooh, okay, this is a lot more than what it appeared to be. And again, with that, you just want to sort of falling over, like so. Thank you for watching Taste Buds. I've been your host, Chef Dish, and we've made the spaghetti with roast chicken and vegetables. Make sure you try it at home. I promise you, it's really great. Follow our social media handles, which are scrolling across the screen right now. Thank you, and join us again.